Hey Divine Feminines, welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing your Divine Masculine check-in. I'm going to be focusing a little more on you feminines today, but we're going to start obviously talking about your masculine and the messages they have for you. The messages I've been channeling feminines, they're definitely having a heart awakening, so we'll get into it. But first off, feminines, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the emails. I want you guys to know that I really, really am appreciative. I love to hear your stories. I love to hear, if you guys have any questions, do feel free to email me. I do answer. Sometimes it takes me a day or two because I still have my regular job, you guys. So I do these videos in the evenings and weekends. Which is why I only have time to be doing masculine check-ins twice a week. But I also think it's best to do these masculine check-ins because you know what, feminines, really, in order to balance out these connections, you have to bring that energy back to yourself. So I don't believe in codependency, in my connection. So I'm not gonna have that here in this channel. I want you guys to find healing messages and updates about your masculines for sure, because we all want to know what our masculines are up to. And so that definitely helps us with our own journey, to have an understanding as well. But most importantly, as being the divine feminine, you have to come to an understanding on how to heal yourself and to balance the connection. And the balance really in the connection is to release push energy. So that is bringing self-love back to you, and always and first and foremost, love to source. You feminines, you guys have to understand, you cannot leave source out of this ever. You first come home to source. So that is extremely a huge part of balancing yourself out. So anyways, we're going to begin because you guys know I will be getting into it anyways with all the cards. So, masculines, I do feel they've been having major tower moments right now, due to the heart awakening that they're experiencing. A lot of the masculines still in hermit mode if you have not heard from your masculine. Some of the feminines have heard from their masculines, but through trickling messages. And so I think we all know masculines are still processing or trying to understand the journey. For those masculines who do know what the journey is, or some of them are just awakening to the journey. So they have to learn how to process what the information is, and internalize what they're receiving also from spirit themselves. Now, there are masculines that have more intuitive gifts than others. I do know. So I have to say the tower moments can be partially through that because of the fears of the awakening of the gifts. They're not going to feel normal. They're going to be afraid. They're going to not understand the telepathics, for those who are much earlier in the journey or the awakening of the journey. They're not going to understand what they're feeling. They're not, it's just, I think after a while, for me, it's so like normal already, the things I hear and see, that, based off my gifts, I'm not really afraid. But masculines, you have to kind of be compassionate towards their journey, because a lot of them are afraid of what they're encountering and not really understanding why, because we know they're never these are masculines not in their heart. So heart awakening is happening, feminines. So they're keeping to themselves at the moment as they rebuild confidence in all aspects in their life too. So they're rebuilding themselves financially, emotionally, mentally. I think they're trying to really balance themselves out in terms of how much the connection and the awakening has affected and spilled over the rest of their lives and their day-to-day routines of, what was normal to them before, and things right now aren't so normal. And so trying to grasp a routine and a new way of life is going to be challenging. So They're definitely making plans and being more methodical. I think it's going to take time for them to really fine tune, I guess, find some normalcy in you know, their awakening. I do feel them in Emperor energy because they do have that take charge. I feel like taking initiative kind of energy with them, very Emperor-like, towards the next moves. So, you know they are aware of you feminines, and you know they have to take initiatives towards the next moves at this time. In this mode, they are sending more energy to the feminines as well. So some of you feminines should be experiencing more telepathic communication from your masculines because they're in this energy. Feminines coming up with more ways to create for themselves. So if you find yourself finding more ways to be creative, if you find yourself maybe even in silent moments where you can't feel your masculines, but yet you find empty spaces where you're thinking of other things, and it feels great, feminines. That's the energy I'm talking about. They're sending this energy to you, and so some of you are gonna feel it in a positive way. Now, for those of you who still feel a little stuck, just focus on aligning yourself. Maybe I love to do it through 528 hertz frequency music. I also love a 432 hertz frequency music. And you know, some meditation. I probably will share my Spotify meditative heart chakra. I had one of my feminines ask me, so I'll share my, if I remember, feminines, but look down below in the description. You should see the link to my my Shopify. Yeah, I'll see if I don't remember how to do it, feminines, but I'll try to remember. It's the one I use for self-love, and it's gonna be called self-love meditation. So I'll share the link below if anyone wants to do some heart chakra meditations. This is amazing. I mean, I get a lot of compliments off of this this playlist, and it's like a nice little meditation. I think it's about 30 to 40 minutes long. I like to replay it. I let it go, and then it's like once I'm zoned in, I kind of replay it twice, and so it gives me a really, really nice little session. So if any of you are interested. Also, shadow work. Masculines are this tower has brought up so much shadow work, causing their own tower moments. So, I mean, they have to get through this. So they're facing a lot of their own demons at this moment. They really are, and facing the fact that they've been unawakened. So they're just healing through right now, feminines. So we're going to pull some messages from the masculines now, Spirit. We're going to see what they have to say. What does the masculines want the feminines to know, Spirit? Oh, okay. Not feeling that. What else? Give me else. These cards are so crazy to shuffle, but I love them. I'll put this aside because now we've got a lot. So let me see the first one. Healing. Yeah, that's what I said. They're healing through right now. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And, you know, they're causing their own tower moments, but what those tower moments is because all this shadow work is resurfacing. I think it really has them going really wild right now with their behavior sometimes. And not towards you, but towards other people. So it's happening towards their friends, their family, but it's because it's coming up for healing. We also have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And yes, even though they're suffering through this healing, there is a blessing once they clear out all of that. And forgiveness, right? You know, stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And this is a lot forgiving their past, forgiving, you know, family members, forgiving themselves, forgiving, you know, just There's so much forgiveness, but also this is also for you, feminines, where you also have to find forgiveness within your heart and kind of balance your own energy with them experiencing their heart awakening. You practicing your healing and forgiveness as well does allow them to, does assist them to also process these energies and the healing as well. So it's a mirroring effect here, feminines, and we know that. Next card is, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. And again, we're talking about the heart. There's a lot of heart awakening here. So this is about their heart awakening. The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. So for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And this heart awakening I was talking about, that they're experiencing, is really, really, it's definitely taking a toll. It's creating, at the same time, because it's the gateway to their soul, it's creating a lot of fears as well, that they have to process. So let's see, I want to see, these are my major arcanas from a tarot guardian. I think I mentioned these last time, but I love this deck and I like to see what's the big shift the masculines are going through. So Spirit, what is the big shifts that the masculines are in right now? What is guiding them through this big shift? What is the major arcana message here? What is the big shift? There's so little of them, so it takes a while. I would just split them, but I kind of like pops. Yep. Wow, of course. Judgment, you guys. Review and contemplation. You've accomplished a great deal in your life, and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. And you know, this is the gateway to their soul, their heart. So right now with this contemplation, they're knowing that they have to leave the past behind, because they're well on their way becoming more authentic to themselves. And bottom of that, wow. And I mean, even though this is judgment, and then we will get the world 21 after this, but look at that, we've got 0, which is a new beginning, because obviously this is all going to lead to a new beginning, feminine. So you're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. There's no need to have any fear, as guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way. You have unique gifts to offer the world. If you will just free yourself from that which holds you back, new opportunities will present themselves if you truly believe. And you know, it's funny how this says you have unique gifts to offer the world, and that energy that I was feeling, that some of them who are awakening to those gifts, it's a new normalcy that they're trying to adjust to, because obviously these are things they've never recognized. It's unknown, it's not normal. So they're trying to create normalcy in their lives with understanding these gifts that they have. So let's see, Spirit, what else does the masculines want feminines to know? What else we got from the masculines? What else does the masculines want feminines to know, Spirit? What other guidance is right now? What is the crowning guidance? Let's put it. What is the crowning guidance here? Okay, that's a lot. Playfulness in the bottom. So the two that popped is codependency, heart-to-heart conversation, unrequited love, love yourself first, and free yourself, you guys. Wow. Like I said, big tower moments are happening where they're facing so much shadow right now. This is a lot of healing energy, feminines. Again, I repeat, codependency, heart-to-heart conversations. And honestly, when I see heart-to-heart conversations, I do see it having, for some of you, you will hear from your masculine and have these heart-to-heart conversations about this. But also, this is heart-to-heart conversations. This is honesty to themselves that's happening with this codependency about their lack of, you know, oh my God, what am I saying? Their unawakened selves prior, right? So this unrequited love, love yourself first and free yourself. Like, this is truths they have to tell themselves about their own neglect. how they didn't practice their will, their free will. And that's something I've been having come up quite for a while now, where I do feel them coming to terms about their own free will. And here we have playfulness and retreat and make an effort. And I feel like this is them trying to find some normalcy, again, like I mentioned in the channeling, in their life, on how it's going to fit in. Yes, they are forgiving and learning. We already have a message that they're healing and practicing forgiveness. And so this is a lot of forgiving and learning to themselves, forgiving and learning towards, understanding that they're going to have to really own up to them, to where they are, what they have. And so this is a lot of self-realization going on right now for them. So my God, I've never had all those cards come out together in any of my readings. This is some true shadow work, feminines. This is really serious. All right, Spirit, what else does the masculines want the feminines to know? What else? Yep. What else does the masculines want the feminines to know? What else? All right, so we have lessons in the bottom. Wow. Seriously? Lessons in twin flame. We do have observer and nostalgia, which is them thinking, getting an understanding of this connection and how it is. It's the activator to these lessons. Now, we're going to look at the energies we have down here, because there's a lot going on here, you guys. So we have stuck, inner child, right? So we know this is a lot of healing, looking within themselves. These fell first. The answer is no, and we'll get to that. Look at that: commitment, forgiveness, victim. So I feel that's no more playing victim, because they understand they need forgiveness from you. Tribe, dark night of the soul, and family. And so this is a lot of cleansing. I feel all this is cleansing in terms of family wounds, in terms of their life, their friends, their tribes, the people that really kept them stuck, all the things that have kept them stuck. This is truly a lot of shadow work, feminines. That's why these unrequited love, where they realized they either had narcissistic mothers, fathers, just a lot of narcissism that didn't really show them how to love, created a lot of codependent behaviors and habits within themselves. They never really loved themselves, and now they're needing to learn how to put themselves first. And so this is where I feel this energy is no more victim, no more victim. No more victim. And honestly, for you too, feminines, in order for you to align, we also need to not be victims as well. Victims of this attachment to our masculines. Remember the last reading I told you, feminines, they will not be the same masculine. Forget that masculine. You don't want that masculine. You want a new masculine. You want a healed masculine. And that healed masculine is a masculine you will not know. You want that masculine who's going to come with their lessons learned to you. They're going to forgive. They want forgiveness. They're going to want this commitment, right? So once they plead, they forgive themselves, because we have forgiveness twice. Once they forgive themselves for everything, for their lack of self-love, for, their own neglect, because their neglect is also the neglect to you. So what you heal, remember, what you heal for you heal for twin. What you do for you do for twin. And that goes for them too, and to give you a more healed commitment with this. This is progression. Now, are they going to be 100% healed? I don't believe anyone's 100% healed, but they're in a position to be able to speak, to express themselves. I want to look at, actually, wait, feminines. Oh, I love when cards kind of move. Detachment. Wow. I know, you guys, I have energies that sometimes when I have cards just on the bottom and they kind of edge out, that's usually an energy That's an energy letting me know or advising me of something. And this card, these are such stiff decks, they shouldn't be doing that. So look at that, detachment. And that's what I'm saying. This is detachment for the both of you. I feel like this is obviously the lesson. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve you, your highest ideals of love. We're talking about highest ideals of love, right? And so highest ideals of love is without detachment. And so this healing energy that they're going through right now is really detaching codependency, everything they thought was love, which obviously wasn't love. They now realize that what they thought was love was actually pain. They associated pain with love, which is how they communicated their love. They communicated their love through pain and gave you pain. You know, for some of you feminines, gave you true pain. And I think most feminines here can actually agree with that, because I know I can. You know, my masculine definitely gave me pain. But you know what I see when I see him in his pain, and that's how we had soul recognition the first time, or at least I had soul recognition with him, and it was while he was in pain. You know, I know it's not me, it's him. You know, I know it's his. It's really sad. My heart just makes me feel really. It just shows. I feel his inner child. That's what I'm trying to say. When I see that, I feel his inner child. I don't see him. I see the inner child. So Spirit, give me more on the masculines. What else does the masculines want our feminines to know? What else does the masculines want our feminines to know? What else does our masculines want our feminines to know? That's it? I mean, one more. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like I saw yep, you guys, positive. So transformation, base chakra, positive movement forward. So this actually came out in this order: positive movement forward, base chakra, which really doesn't matter, because this is a full transformation to their root, right? This is redefining this root, the root of their foundations, again, releasing old patterns that no longer serve them. So there's a lot of these root conditioned old beliefs that have to be done away with, and this is not normal. You know, this is them finding a new way, a new normalcy from them. And so them coming to their own conclusions and finding ways to really like live life with these new like enlightened ways, enlightened messages, enlightened DNAs that they're receiving, enlightened light codes that they're receiving, is going to be a challenge. It has them, of course, emotionally withdrawn right now. And this is like the Five of Pentacles, financial and material changes. Like, it's emotionally withdrawn because it's changing everything about them. Financially, like I said, and like I told you, they're making plans. You know, they're really trying to figure out work-wise, you know, their day-to-day, emotionally, mentally. Like, this is obviously with a heart awakening. You're awakening to your emotions and deeper roots, right? This is very deep-rooted stuff that will affect masculines on a financial and material level, which they're not accustomed to. Some of them, it can affect them. It can affect them where it affects them more to the point of depression, and maybe they're not at their best performance, which brings them some stress, right? But then that stress is what creates the towers, and then the towers is what makes the shadow work come up, and then all this resurfaces. But guess what is it doing? Rehealing. And then it's another cycle, and then it's another cycle, until like they clear and clear and clear and purge. So this is going to be, I mean, feminines, you guys know this is not easy energy. This is not easy energy for anyone. So what we're gonna look, let me see. I want to see, you know what, I do want to see some toxic. So what are some of these shadow works? I guess we're gonna look a little bit what these toxic triggers, these blockages are, spirits. What are these blockages that the masculines maybe experience? What are some of these blockages? What are some of these blockages that these divine masculines are experiencing? Okay. I mean, I see the bottom. It's crazy. So deceit, this person lied before and will again, and it's their own lies to themselves. Lies, pay attention to the signs and their actions. And so and it's all due to fears. You and your lover fear being hurt again. And so, you know, there's so much deceit. There's so much deceit and lies to themselves. You know, this is a lot of clearing. This is why they have so much emotional withdrawal, because of, again, the detachment of all this. Do you know what it takes to face all this for themselves? Like, and really, and show up with integrity. Because I'm saying, you don't want this masculine. You know, if for some of you who had these blockages, you don't want this masculine. But this masculine to face this out of it, you know, and really live a life of integrity. I mean, obviously, you both fear getting hurt. So for some of you, maybe there were patterns of emotional abuse, emotional and verbal exchanges that were just not, you know, were hurtful words. And again, it could just be out of triggers, and we both know, because it's out of fear of getting hurt again. Now I want to show you feminines. Bottom of that is addictions. Codependent, again, codependency. We have codependency twice. Addictions is holding you back. And for some of them, they do have some level of addictions, you know, that they have to detoxify, because, you know, initiations for a lot of you, if my feminines, please tell me. I want to hear what your initiation processes have been when you came to this, because for me, releasing alcohol was one of them. For me, like on the second month of meeting my twin, I used to drink with my friends all the time, and that was kind of part of my life, you know, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And all of a sudden I could not process alcohol, and it was the most sickening feeling. Like I was projecting vomit every time. And I remember the third time, it happened 3 times to me. The third time it happened for me, I remember praying. I prayed so hard, and I surrendered. I surrendered and understood they didn't want that in my body anymore. And that was a huge thing for me during the beginning of my awakening. So, please let me know your experiences, if any of you feminines experience, but that it's possible where they're going through serious purges, right? Where they can't take it. Like, it's like they fall back, but then it makes them sick. And again, it's that shadow work that kind of resurfaces. So there's a lot of healing and forgiving themselves in this process for some of them who really have issues with that stuff. Okay, feminine. So we're going to go to you now. Actually, wait, no. Before I know I leave you ladies for the last, but we're just going to get a few messages from the masculines, because I do want to leave that, and then I want to stay focused on you. I don't want to split it. So Spirit, what messages? Okay. Yeah, I mean, seriously, feminines, I think we're going to leave it here. My heart is opening and I'm ready. And this is the awakening. So they know their heart is opening. And they know, they understand that guilt, hurting you was never my intentions, but now it's hurting me too. And it's their heart. This is the heart awakening. This is so much realization, so much healing, so much forgiving, so much detachment, so much. And then here, bottom of that, thoughts. I've been in my head about you constantly. And, you know, they have. You know, we know that our masculines do think about us. You know, they do love us, and they do care. You know, feminines, you're in spiritual union when you're with your twin. So let me just get a few messages from this deck, and then we'll get another messages as well from 2 other decks. I need more time to figure things out on my own right now. Yes. And they've actually been saying that for some time, feminines. If you guys been watching my videos, I know they don't want any interferences during this healing time, because they know in order for them to In order for them to come out of this codependency behavior, this detachment has to happen, and they need to do it without your energy. They need to learn how to balance themselves out without your energy. You can't supply them anymore. You made me realize that I want to do things better. I'm working on myself because of you. I mean, feminine, seriously, you know, we know that. And they are working on themselves. This is a lot. This is really, really dark energy today, but it's so healing, and they're doing it for you because they're working on themselves to come home, and you want them to do that. Remember, you don't want that masculine. So what else, Spirit? What else does the masculines want our feminines to know? What else does our masculines want our feminines to know? These would be so much easier to shuffle if they weren't so big for me. But I like poppers, feminines, so I find them to be more. All right, Spirit. Just one, at least one lovely message from masculines. Help me out here. Wow. I guess they fought with me. They said not one, will give you a few. Okay. So we've got 20, which is beauty. Everything about you is perfect to me. Joy, you made me feel alive. Thank you. Anger, I'm so mad at myself. And we know they really are. This is a lot of shadow work for sure. But you know, they want to thank you for that, because at the end of the day, they are grateful for your energy. You know, that's why they're working on themselves to be there, to be better for you. And then we have destined 7. You've helped me manifest my dreams come true. So this is a manifestation. I mean, feminines, you wanted them to do this. You wanted them to heal for so long. What else does the masculines want the feminines to know? Remember, that's what detachment's about. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be part of that. In the hardest and the darkest, they need to learn how to do that themselves. Now, you'll still heal together when you guys are, you know, when you're in union. There's still stuff to heal, but at least you'll be more aligned. Words are no longer enough. I am working on something big to win your heart. I am working on how I can clear this negative karma between us. This is a lot of work. You got feminines. Could this reading be any more? They're clearly telling us how much they're working. You are just so damn sexy. I like you. I like it, but I get worried because I know others like it too, and I want you all to myself. And of course, it's that level of jealousy that even though they're not around, that you can be easily swooped up because they know, they understand the frequency you're vibrating at, and you don't need to stick around. In their minds, it's like, well, my feminine doesn't need to be around. She could get whoever she wants. I mean, she's beautiful. She lights up, you know, if she lights up my world, she'll light up anyone's world. And that's just the beauty of how they think about you, you know, how they truly see you. And if they see you that way, they feel everyone sees you that way, which of course they will. So, okay, we're going to get to you now, feminines, real quick. So what does our feminines need to know, right, Spirit? What do we need to heal our feminines? Guidance can we give our feminines? Guidance can we give our feminines? And of course, the masculines show up because I know why they're showing up. So feminines, we have abundance, release, and action. And action came up last reading as well. Abundance to me doesn't matter. It's combined to the other. The last time the messages were from creation and I forgot what the other one was. Growth. Creation, I think it was creation and growth. But this is abundance to receive. So this is a time to release, to receive abundance. Also, if you've guys been seeing 555 a lot, that's a lot of change of abundance as well coming in. But this is for you to really, really take action, to also practice that level of detachment that we were talking about as well. And in order to do that, to release, you are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. And that's releasing your old masculine, right? Because at the end of the day, you're releasing to bring more abundance and your masculine in a more abundant way. Why? Because look who shows up, feminine's bottom of that, the masculine. And so also what I was feeling when I mentioned during the channel as well is the masculines are sending, this energy is sending you more creation, energy of creation on a telepathic level. So at this point, this energy they're also sending you telepathically should be putting you in this place of action to create more and to be more in abundance for yourself. While you're practicing your self-love, while you're working on yourself. So let's just get, what are the healing messages? What should some of these feminines heal? Spirit, give me guidance and messages for what can we ask the feminines to heal? What are some things the feminines should heal right now? What else should the feminines heal right now? What else should the feminines heal? Red flags. I listen to my instincts when things seem off. So this is you paying attention to, listening more to your intuition and your instincts when things feel off. Learning to trust your own boundaries. Stand back. Yeah, and this is creating healthy boundaries for you, but also like we've been saying, learning detachment, right? And so just stand back, learn boundaries, and stand for yourself and stand back from things that you don't have to control everything, that the source has a huge hand at it and you have to trust, and mistaken. It is okay to be wrong and accept that you will make mistakes. It is a part of the human experience, so accept these flaws with ease. And it's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes in this journey. We all bounce back to old behaviors, feminines, just like the masculines do. But we need to learn from these mistakes. It's a part of the human experience. It's just part of it. And we have to learn how to forgive ourselves. And bottom of that is believe. I create my reality based on what I choose to believe. I never give up on my dreams. And do believe. This is a connection that you have to strongly believe, because it's not a physical connection with a lot of you feminines. Understanding a spiritual union is not as easy, because what we're conditioned is to only recognize a physical union, right? So Spirit, what is the healing guidance for the feminines? What else can we give the feminines? What other guidance? What should they focus on? What should the feminines focus on? Give me one more. So first one is vitality. In pure vitality lies pure peace. Develop greater vitality by practicing unconditional love. And we know that's what this journey is about. And shine. You are a light worker. Let the brilliance of your soul shine. And of course, in whatever ways you guys show your light, continue to do that. Continue to stay focused on that. Continue to, and to do it through unconditional love. And then last but not least, we want to know some self-awareness, a question for our own self-awareness. Spirit, what is the question for the feminine's self-awareness? What is the question for the feminine self-awareness right now? Why am I having a hard time speaking all of a sudden? So weird. Wow, we've got 3. So what are the dominant emotions that run my life? I mean, okay, feminines. Burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it takes time to take flight. Today's soul action. Today, go inward. Your answers lies within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. We also have, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? And again, detachment. So this is a great one for detachment. What is the most limiting belief? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because of part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Wow, feminines, what did we have here? Where'd it go? Believe. You have to believe that this is possible. I create my reality based on what I choose to believe. I never give up on my dreams. Learn to believe. When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action. It's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. Love this. And one more, feminines, and then we'll close. Am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Today's soul action. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. Please come back to this message, feminines, if you need some more motivation, because I think these were beautiful messages to motivate you, feminines, to what you need to focus on, and the changes you need to make for yourself as well, while masculines are obviously in shadow right now. So, feminines, this is your read. I love you, feminines. Please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoy my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly a striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you. Until next message, bye.